Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing today? I'm doing really good. I hope you guys had a wonderful, happy, healthy, and safe Thanksgiving yesterday. I sure as hell did. I watched quite a bit of football as well. Saw my grandmother yesterday. She's still in the hospital, but she's doing okay. Thank the Lord. Um. Anyway, I created this live stream so that way we can. Let me put this into perspective. As you can see from the title of this video, this live stream is a very special live stream. This is a respect and appreciation live stream for one of my all-time favorite superheroes, as well as characters within the DC Comics franchise, and that is John Jones, aka the Martian Manhunter. What inspired me to do this live stream was watching these hot opinions, a popular hot takes video from a YouTube channel called TMM in regards to the Martian Manhunter. A lot of people were really on point on what they really had to say, and pretty much the general consensus is that this character is really underrated and underappreciated, even though he's been a fan favorite among many comic book fans, especially us DC Comics fans, for many, many years. Unfortunately, though, he doesn't get a lot of respect among DC Comics, among the people of that work at DC Comics. And to me, that is disgraceful because John Jones is a household name inside that franchise. He is a founding member of the original Justice League of America, along with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Barry Allen Flash, and Al Jordan Green Lantern. And he is one of the most powerful beings in the DC universe. As a matter of fact, he is universally regarded as the most powerful Martian in the DC Comics franchise. We're not talking about the UFC fighter. We're talking about the Martian Manhunter, Oscar. But nice try. The thing is that this is a character that power is comparable to that of Superman. As a matter of fact, while you can argue that Superman was being modest when he said this, it is interesting to think about considering all the abilities Martian Manhunter has. I mean, Superman called Martian Manhunter the most powerful being on the face of the earth. The most powerful being on Earth in the DC and Earth. I just think it's funny they share the same name. It is what it is. Anyways, that even John Stewart, the famous and iconic Black Green Lantern we all know and love from the DC animated universe, in which he was voiced by the great Phil Lamar, he even said in the comics that he agrees with him. But do I think he's more powerful than Superman? No, but I do think he is comparable to the Man of Steel in raw power, especially when it comes to strength, stamina, invulnerability, intelligence, wisdom. He's got crazy regeneration. He's got invisibility, intangibility, telekinesis, vast telepathy, shape-shifting, elongation, malleability, Martian vision, which is very similar to Superman's superhuman vision. He has heat vision, X-ray vision, microscopic, telescopic, electromagnetic spectrum vision. I mean, he's got super enhanced senses. He's got a matter absorption. He's got, a wide variety of powers and abilities at his disposal, and it makes him insanely dangerous and powerful. But what makes Martian Manhunter a really good character is his backstory and origin. Now, you can make a string that of all the Justice League members, he is the most tragic member of the Justice League. Hello, Carly. Welcome to the live stream. Happy Black Friday to you, too. He is the most tragic member of the Justice League because he endured witnessing the entire eradication of his people, with the exception of his evil twin brother, Maleficac. Yeah, I know it's a mouthful, but bear with me. And if you don't know, his family, his people, not just his wife and kids, but is pretty much the majority of his race was burnt to death by fire. And, as many of you guys are aware, fire is a psychosomatic weakness for Martian Manhunter, along with addiction to choco cookies, which are basically Oreo-like cookies, basically. But he is a tremendous character. I mean, I know some people consider fire a crappy weakness, but to me, I think it's very interesting. If people say it doesn't really hurt him physically, he's just really more so scared of it. But, you know, I really do like the character. I think he's a tremendous character. I mean, for those of you who watch my top 10 favorite DC Comics heroes excuse me, Martian Manhunter made number 5 on my list, and that I first got exposed to the character through the DC animated universe, or as some fans call it, the Bruce Timm universe, and more especially in particular, the Justice League animated series in which he was voiced by Carl Lumbly. Hmm. That better, Carly? We're back. I'm gonna go get me something to drink. Cheers, everybody. In case y'all wonder, I'm drinking wild cherry Pepsi. So no, I'm not drinking any beer or rum. Anyway, so hey Dano. Um anyway, um but yeah, it's really a shame that not many people at DC Comics willing to give Martian Manhunter the respect he deserves. Whenever Martian Manhunter appears in a TV series, he usually appears as a guest character, like he did on the Arrowverse, Smallville, the 2004 animated series, The Batman, Batman Brave and the Bold. No, I have not watched The Penguin, but can you believe that IGN gave that fucking series a 5? And I'm like, what? That series looks better than a 5. Looks like a 9 or a 10. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, brother. But trying to think here. Oh yeah, Oscar, you live in Canada too? Didn't know about that. Well, your Thanksgiving was 2 months ago. But thank you very much. Really, I didn't know about that. Man, was it spectacular? No, Dano, it was a 5 out of 10. They gave that series a 5 out of 10, not a 5 out of 5, a 5 out of 10. Oh, you do live in Canada, so your Thanksgiving was a couple months ago. I didn't know about that. Trying to think. Ottawa. I heard about that place. How is it in Ottawa? I'm in Edmonton. That's interesting. Excuse me. Oscar is next door neighbors with Connor McDavid. Didn't know about that. Anyway, um, back to what I'm saying. Um, Obviously through the DCMA universe, I really started to learn a lot about the Martian Man, not just his powers and abilities, but his character, his personality, his place among the big time legends within the DC Comics franchise, and why he's such a fan favorite. And who the heck is Martian Manhunter? Cool, Addison, cool. Who the heck is Martian Manhunter? Tell me like I'm a child. No, I'm not gonna tell you like you're a child. Martian Manhunter is a DC Comics character that made his very first appearance in Detective Comics Volume 1, issue number 225, in November this month, back in 1955. In the original comics, he was a founding member of the original Justice League of America, along with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Barry Allen Flash, and Al Jordan Green Lantern. And he is often regarded by many fans, as well as by the Justice League themselves, as the heart and soul of the team. Because he's probably, if not arguably, the most tragic member of the team. Yeah, he's definitely has a much more tragic backstory than both Superman and Batman combined. And just to sum up, his powers and abilities in one of Batman's files on the character, he's an amalgam, according to Batman himself. John Jones is an amalgam, which is how his Martian name is pronounced. Some people say it's John Johns. It's actually John Jones. And good to know. Um. Anyway, what I was saying was that um, I'm trying to say is that he's an amalgam of Superman and the Dark Knight himself. His detective skills are comparable to Batman. His strength, stamina, invulnerability, and his is comparable to Superman. His speed and flight are somewhat comparable to Superman. He has vast levels of telepathy and telekinesis. He has shapeshifting, elongation, malleability, intangibility, invisibility. He has matter absorption. He has Martian vision, X-ray vision, heat vision, electromagnetic spectrum vision, telescopic vision, microscopic vision. Like, he has a boatload of abilities, to put it simple to the point. If you want to know what he looks like, Dano, I'll show you a picture of him. Hmm. I was in Edison earlier, Charles. Wow, that's awesome to hear, Addison. That's awesome to hear. Um, Share screen. Let's see pictures. Here's what he looks like, Dano. I'm not going to New Jersey. She ain't going to New Jersey. So Dano here. Here's a picture of him. Here's what he looks. What's going on? What's going on? Hello? 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 That was fucking weird. That was fucking weird. Ugh. What is Martian Manhunter's favorite pizza? I have no idea. Favorite pizza toppings? I have no friggin' idea. He strikes me as a pepperoni. I have no idea, man. But this is the Martian Manhunter. As you guys can see, I want to show you, give a brief photo of the character. Hey, Knobcraft, welcome to the live stream. 17 minutes, almost 18, 20 minutes. But yes, do I think I said this before when I did my top 10 characters, DC characters that I think should appear in James Gunn's DC Cinematic Universe? Yeah. Hold on one second. I put Martian Manhunter on that list because he's a very important character. So he hunts men like a bounty hunter. No, he's not like a bounty hunter. He's just like a police officer. There are two different types of manhunters. There's the Manhunter robots that the Owens used before they decided to use the Green Lantern Corps. And then there are the Martian Manhunters, which are basically like police officers. They hunt down criminals. So no, he doesn't actually just hunt men. He's not a bounty hunter. He's like a police officer. A detective, if you will. Does he know Elon? I am sure he does, but probably not. Okay, nice. Thanks. I like learning. See, learning is awesome. I know it's not exactly like school. I could send you guys a link of one of my favorite YouTube channels is Variant Comics, and about 10 plus years ago they did a history of Martian Manhunter. I'm gonna post that link. Does he have a love interest? Well, he was married. Fortunately, his wife, along with his two children, got burnt up into flames. But I think fire was one of his love interests at one point. I think another Martian-like being was a female Martian-like being. Um, that was like a love interest of his. What was his most on-screen appearance? Are we talking about television or movies? His last big screen debut was in the Zack Snyder cut. Yes, he does have a beef with the White Martians. That is correct. And he also has a beef with Despero, who's really more so of a Justice League villain. We're talking about, as I was saying, his last big screen appearance was in Zack Snyder's rendition of the Justice League movie that was released back in 2021 on Max. He was done pretty decently on Supergirl, but I really liked him on Smallville, in which Phil Morris portrayed the character. I thought Phil Morris, to me, did a better job. No disrespect to the guy that portrayed him on Supergirl, I just liked Phil Morris better. Plus, Phil Morris is a fantastic actor. Um, History of Martian Manhunter. Um, Supergirl. I mean, I love the character. I love the character, Supergirl, but the thing is, my issue with the Arrowverse that they made Green Arrow too much like Batman. They made Supergirl too much like Superman. They could have done more. Yeah, they could. I think you could have directed a better movie. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't really have an expertise in film that much. And I appreciate the compliment. Call me controversial. Well, which Justice League? Well, if you didn't really like both Justice League movies, both the Zack Snyder version, um, or you got the Zack Snyder version and you got the Josh Whedon version. If you didn't care for either war, I understand. It's the wrong year, Batgirl. Well, there's Batwoman, but I get what you're saying. But Batgirl, how my Thanksgiving was great. My Thanksgiving was wonderful. Thank you for asking, Carly. It was wonderful. My family's doing good. Thank you very much. Eh, call me come, but in my CW phase, I loved Arrow. I mean, I'm not saying Steven Arnell didn't try his best, but they made him too much like Batman. Green Arrow is more kind of a smartass. He's a, like, if you really want a good Green Arrow TV adaptation, go watch the Justice League Unlimited animated series. Daredevil was incredible. I mean, Charlie Cox is that character. Daredevil was amazing. Yeah, a lot of people too soapy. Yeah, that's what turned me off from it. I still gotta catch up on Superman and Lois. That shit is fucking incredible. I've got to finish season 3. Then I gotta watch season 4. No, I did not eat. Uh, uh, I despise the character of Daredevil, but love the Netflix series. That's interesting. I love Daredevil. I love Daredevil. I think he's a great character. No, I did not eat leftovers. Charlie Cox is great. Yes. I really love the character of Daredevil. I've been a fan since the 1994 Spider-Man animated series, and I even like the two. I'm a Frank Castle guy. I mean, to me, I think Frank Castle can be an interesting character when he's written well. I mean, he does have an interesting backstory, Frank Castle, but I don't know. It's just a lot of the kids growing up were kind of snobbish Punisher fans. Elektra was hot in that show. Yeah, she was very attractive in that show. Charles, do you know the character that was in the old Spider-Man cartoons on TV? He could hang, but I can't remember their name. Um, Nightcrawler. He's an X-Men character. But yeah, he can hang on, so then he can also teleport, yes. Be right back. I wish I could teleport. Don't we all, Carly? Don't we all? Good to know, Carly. Good to know. The reason why I'm not big into Frank Castle is because, I think a lot of his fans praise him for something that he's not. I'm not saying he's a bad character, but a lot of people think he's like this hero, and he's not a hero. Even Punisher said it himself in the comics that he is not a hero. And I think there was a moment in the comics where he got pissed off at a couple of cops using his skull symbol on their police car. He said, "My job, what I do, is my own business." Even the creator of the Punisher, Jerry Conway, the original co-creator of the Punisher, Jerry Conway didn't like when he saw police use the Punisher skull symbol on their police cars. He didn't like that. I'm not saying the Punisher's a bad character. I think a lot of his fans are misguided. And I love Daredevil. He's in my top 4. I know people got pissed off that I put Superman #1 on my favorite DC characters list, but hey, it is what it is, man. I like to visit Alaska too. That's not a bad place to visit. I've never been to Alaska, but I'd like to visit there someday. But anyway, who got pissed off, Charles? No, I'm just saying I didn't get pissed off. I'm just saying I like it because no, I'm not saying look, I like it because he's not here. He gets shit done skills and a bad attitude. Well, that's one way to look at it. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm not saying the Punisher's a bad character. I'm not saying people shouldn't like the Punisher. I'm not like the big fella who gets pissed and complains when people like Superman over Batman or get pissed off when they criticize Batman. Okay? The Punisher is an anti-hero. He's a vigilante. He does things for personal reasons. And what I do like about the Punisher is that he doesn't take shit from nobody. To me, I really thought about this over with, and as much as I love John Bernthal as the Punisher, I may like Thomas Jane a bit more. Um, you don't have to defend your stance, Charles. No, thank you, Knobcraft. I appreciate it. I'll be right with you. You just said someone got pissed at your list. Yeah, I don't know who it is. Someone disliked my list. I don't care. For me, it's Spider-Man and Batman, Superman, Iron Man, Captain America. Good, not bad choices. Is Hulk technically a superhero? Yes, but he can also be an anti-hero too, depending upon his incarnation. He is a superhero. He's been mostly a hero, a misunderstood hero, but he's also been an anti-hero. And that's what I like about the Hulk is different personas have different personalities. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Knobcraft. I appreciate it. But here's the thing, though. The Punisher, what I loved about the Punisher Netflix is that the Punisher doesn't take shit from nobody. Like, the Punisher's one guy you don't like. There's a video, I could probably send you guys the link in the chat, why the Punisher is one of the most dangerous men in the Marvel Universe. The guy doesn't play bullshit. Like, if there's one thing to really like and respect about the Punisher, I don't know, Dano. Do anti-heroes enjoy anti-pops? I don't fuck. Is it supposed to be a joke? If it's not, I don't know. But the Punisher doesn't play games. You piss him off, you better fucking defend yourself. I don't do OnlyFans, Oscar. Nice try. But he doesn't play games. And that's what I like about him. Same thing with Wolverine. Like Wolverine, like he's an anti-hero. But my favorite anti-hero of all time is Wolverine. And while he loves and respects the shit out of Captain America, Wolverine's the type of guy that if you fuck with him, you better be at your best. I'll never forget, one of my favorite quotes comes from the very first X-Men Legends game. And Jean Grey, while she's given this character called Magmore tour of the X-Mansion, she says, Wolverine can be either one of two things, your greatest ally or your worst nightmare. That's the best way to describe Wolverine, because Wolverine, you know what I like, Wolverine's been through so much tragedy. I can't stand Wolverine. Wow. That's very interesting. I would rather have him. Hey, man, more power to you. Sabretooth's a good character. He is. He's a very good character. I think Liev Schreiber was the best Sabretooth. I think we can all. Tom Maiden, he had the look, but Liev Schreiber had the personality. But what I'm saying is that Wolverine has been through so much tragedy in his life. He's been through a lot of pain, suffering, betrayal, death. And surprise didn't make him go crazy. Agreed, yeah. It didn't make him go fucking crazy. Like, Wolverine's not fucking crazy. Wolverine's been around for over a century, and he's not fucking crazy. He may have that berserker rage, but he's not fucking insane. Get what I'm saying? Like, he's not fucking batshit crazy. But I love Wolverine. I've always been a fan of Wolverine since my first exposure to Wolverine was to the 1992 X-Men animated series, in which he was voiced by Cal Dodd, which, thank God. And I literally mean, thank God they brought him back for X-Men 97, because to me, I love Stephen Blum, don't get me wrong. But when I think of the voice of Wolverine, I think of Cal Dodd. And yeah, that's the thing. Every fucking year, Sabretooth shows up on Wolverine's birthday just to beat the shit out of him. Just to beat the fuck out of him. But what really made me a fan, I know this may surprise you guys, as I was saying, what made me a fan of Wolverine was Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman's been one of my favorite actors since childhood. He didn't bore Wolverine's kid. You mean Dakin or Dakin? Dakin's still. Oh, you mean during the Sabretooth War? Where he chopped his kids up into pieces? I gotta read that. I heard it was a good story. When people say this and yeah, this is what I mean. Oh, okay. But what about, you mean from Spider-Man's Amazing Friends? He was okay, but that's not what I think of Wolverine either. He was okay. I fucking love one of my favorite anyway, what I'm also trying to say here. But the Punisher, he's got a cool backstory, he's got a cool demeanor, doesn't take shit from anybody. John Bernthal did a great job, but when I think of the Punisher personally, I may think of Thomas Jane. One of these days, I may try out the 2005 video game. I heard the 2005 Punisher game was fun as hell. That's what I heard. I really like Thomas Jane as an actor. I know he played Mickey Mantle in one movie. I forgot what was the name of that movie he played in? 61. Okay, 61 was the movie. Oh, that game was fucking amazing. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. The one where Thomas Jane voices the Punisher. Thomas Jane, I thought, look, 61. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 61. That's where he plays Mickey Mantle. I need to watch that movie. That movie was good. My dad said it was a very good movie. I think Billy Crystal directed that movie. I have an Xbox, so it's also available for Xbox. But the Dolph Lundgren Punisher was terrible. Oh my god. Dolph Lundgren, he was a terrible Punisher. A terrible Punisher. Terrible. Ray Stevenson was meh. The only yet he's like laugh out loud. Ray Stevenson, may his soul rest in peace. He was okay as Frank Castle. But to me, the two actors that really portrayed the Punisher very well, in my opinion, were Thomas Jane and John Bernthal. John Bernthal's a good actor. I like him a lot. Bowers or Kelsey? Oh, we're talking about this season or overall? Because if it's overall, you got to go with Travis Kelsey. Say what you want about Dolph. It was Lou Gossett Jr. that ruined that movie. I'm guessing he was the director. That's what I'm saying. Ray Stevenson was okay. I'm not saying he was great. Who directed it? Who the fuck is... Yeah, they're going to be playing each other soon. Both cooking too. Knee dry was a perfect micro. Okay. But what I'm saying is, yes, he's fought Superman. He's fought Wonder Woman. He's fought Superboy Prime. He's fought Captain Marvel. As a matter of fact, shall not call him Shazam. As a matter of fact, he knocked him out during an all-out slugfest, which is pretty damn impressive. He's fought the entire Justice. Matter of fact, let me show you something. Hold on. Let me... Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Good job, dumbass. There we go. Let me do this. Share screen. You guys see it? As you can see here, this takes place in the New 52, which I know wasn't exactly the best of times for us DC Comics fans, but there were some good things about it. As you can see here, he's taking on Superman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman. At the same time, as you can see right here, he's holding his own against the entire league. Um, and so yeah. Um, oh wow, didn't think I would ever know it. No problem, man. Anytime. I also could show you a pic of him fighting Superman. Um, trying to think of some good Superman versus pictures. There we go. Hold on 1 second. Present, share screen. Oh, speak. What the fuck is this? Okay. This is fucking stupid. There we go. Oh, son of a bitch. Here's him fighting Superman. Or at least one of those pictures of him fighting Superman. Just to name a few. Um, he's a powerful character. So he's a really cool character. Been a fan since I was at least 6, maybe 7 years old when the Justice League animated series came out. I mean, that was my shit back in the day, man. The DC animated universe, Batman the animated series, Superman the animated series, the new Batman Adventures, Static Shock, Batman Beyond, Justice League Unlimited. That was my shit back in the day. And to me, I will go down in history as one of the greatest animated franchises of all time. Fucking love that show. Fucking love that franchise. And if you haven't watched that, Dano, I'd recommend you watch them. I don't know what took my dad so long, but it finally took him like years to finally dive deep into Superman the animated series, which he really likes. My dad really likes that series. I will plan on doing a review of that series, or maybe like an overview, or maybe like a retrospective of it. See whether or not I think it still holds up, whether or not I think it's still among the best TV adaptations of Superman that I've seen over the years. I mean, what I love about the DCAU is that the Bruce, Tim, and Paul Dini, even though there were some things they did with the franchise that I didn't like, which I'll probably explain when I talk more about the DC animated universe sometime, maybe either next month or sometime next year. But what I love about it is that they stayed true to the core essence of the characters. They did their absolute best to represent the characters on who and what they truly were. They didn't give a shit of what the naysayers had to say. They said, fuck it. We're going to stay true to what made these characters possible. They didn't care about all this or that. They said, fuck it. We're going to stay true to the core essence of these characters. And that's what got me into them. That's what made me a fan of that franchise. And, Martian Manhunter. Granted, I will admit, during Justice League Unlimited, he a lot of times just stayed in the Watchtower and did recon. He rarely got into action, but when he did, it was badass as hell. But obviously, the only time where he was like a main character in a series was in the Justice League animated series, and that was my shit. That was when I'm not trying to do like a dick measuring contest, but that was when both the Justice League at that point in time was more popular than the Avengers. The reason why the Avengers are more popular than the Justice League, it's not because of their comics, it's not necessarily because of the TV shows, it's because of the movies. And the movies, I hate to say this, have been done better because they were better built up. They were better built up. The anticipation was better, and it was done. The Avengers movies were done better. You know, they took their time establishing their characters. But yeah, that's what made the Avengers. If you look at the Avengers right now, they are more popular than the Justice League. And it's not because the Justice League are bad characters, is a bad team. The Justice League is an extremely popular team. But what makes the Avengers exceed them in popularity is how well they've been done in the movies. I mean, I'm not saying all their moves are picture perfect, but what I'm saying is that the writing, the storytelling, the characterization, the character development, the progression, the anticipation, the build-up. The Avengers are worse in print. Couldn't get a movie right if they tried. You mean the Justice League? I mean, I heard we'll see. We'll see about that. But yeah, that I think the Justice League is better in comics. The only reason it didn't trend into the screens because, well, yeah, we got. You're not wrong. We got too many fucking idiots running Warner Brothers. I mean, the Avengers. I read some good Avengers comics. I know. I've never read the West Coast Avengers comics, but I've read some good Avengers stories. They're pretty damn good. Um, there's one Avengers story I really want to check out. It's kind of like their version of the Dark Knight Returns, but done better, in my opinion. What the hell is it fucking called? Shit. Avengers. Avengers Twilight. I heard Avengers Twilight. Granted, it's an alternate reality, Elseworld Avengers story, but I heard it was fantastic. I heard it was fucking amazing. It's kind of like their version of The Dark Knight Returns, but done better. You know, if you guys don't know, I'm not crazy about The Dark Knight Returns. I think it has an interesting gimmick, but I think it's not properly executed. I think The Dark Knight Returns is probably the most overrated comic I've ever read, but that, of course, is just my opinion. But yeah, you're not wrong, not necessarily wrong, Knobcraft. We do have too many fucking idiots running Warner Brothers. I mean, that's the fucking problem. We have too many dipshits running that fucking company to the ground. But I do believe in James Gunn. I do like James Gunn a lot. I think he's a good director. I'm definitely looking forward to a Superman movie. a skill scheduled to be released on July 11, 2025. And we'll go from there. I can't fucking wait, man. I can't fucking wait. The game's going on right now. What the hell? Wow, it's 16-9 Kansas City. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I want the. I know it's on Prime. I know it's on Prime. Oh wow, it just started. Sorry, what the hell's wrong with me? 33 yards. Wow, holy shit. But yeah, Knopcraft is not wrong because we do have too many idiots that run Warner Brothers. And, you know, we'll see what the hell happens with this new DC Cinematic Universe. I'm definitely looking forward to Creature Commandos. I've never heard of this team, but seeing that James Gunn really cares a lot about a lot of these characters, I'm going to give them a shot. The only series I probably would check out is Amanda Waller. I am not an Amanda Waller fan. I think she's one of the biggest bitches in comics. And she's one of my least favorite characters of all time. She's on my shit list if I don't say so myself. Let me think. Hmm. You know what? I'm gonna end the live stream, fellas. I can see you guys are watching the game. So it was great talking with you. Hope you guys had a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of your Black Friday. Peace out.